Is that song that they've been singing? Freedom, freedom, maybe move, freedom, make your body move. Beyonce, was that already a song, and she just adapted it to Kamala Harris? Well, I love it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up? Good morning. It's morning, and we slept the night away. What's up, Melanie? Shout out to everybody on Facebook. What's up, Marlon? What's up, Casey? Nice to see you again. Hello, everybody coming back from the previous show. I just got done with a live not too long ago. What's up, Angie? What's up, Ray? Who else we got here? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Mesty Ho? What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We're definitely going to get into this whole Jamie Foxx situation. I got a lot to say about it, and let me go ahead and give y'all a spoiler alert. Do I believe it? No. But I think there's nuances to it. But first, I want to talk about the Diddy defenders. Yes, we have a whole category for the Diddy defenders. First, I'm going to talk about DJ Envy because he said we should let the courts play out and we shouldn't judge Diddy and all this blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to play that for you, and then we're going to play Busta Rhymes and what he had to say. And I kind of agree with Busta Rhymes how he wanted to make a distinction between what Diddy is doing and what's going on in hip hop. So we're going to go ahead and first listen to DJ Envy. I'm not too much of a fan of him, but I guess him and his wife have a podcast, something about the Cassies or the KC family, something like that. Here we go. Mind you, you're going to be kind of bored, but I find this kind of interesting.
Judgment until I hear a lot more about it, but it doesn't look good for him.
I will say this: Diddy's a freaky nigga. Like freaky. Like freaky Friday, freaky Thursday, freaky Monday, freaky Wednesday. And there's nothing wrong with being a freaky person.
There's nothing wrong with being a freaky person.
So the fact that he has 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube just means he just like to get shit popping. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal about that. Now, the one thing I will say that I don't like is I don't like how people, I mean, everybody's going to crack a joke. I mean, it is what it is. I don't like how people convict him before hearing all of the evidence, right? I didn't like the fact that they didn't give him a bond. And the reason is he was going to put up $50 million, his house, his mom's house. The reason I feel that is he was giving up his passports. Diddy has 3 kids without a mom, passed away. So he has 2 twins that are 17 years old that don't have their dad right now and probably won't have their dad for the next 2 years until the trial is over. I feel like he should have got a bond and been able to fight this outside while he did. Harvey Weinstein had a bond. Bill Cosby had a bond. OJ had a bond. And people could say OJ ran. He took off and they chased him and he still had a bond. Now, in this society, it feels like you're guilty and you have to prove yourself to be innocent. But it should be the other way. You should be innocent to proven guilty. Now, the stories that I'm hearing, like I said, I don't know. Hopefully soon we'll see evidence, but I do think it's sad that somebody with such a great legacy is destroyed because of the things that he did. Now, if he did do the things that they said that he did, he should go to jail for a long time. If he did, I absolutely positively, not even looking back, he should fucking go to jail. But we'll see. And the reason I asked you is because, you know, people always ask, how does that affect?
Before I answer that question, him having 3 children that are already without a mother and potentially will be without a father if, you know, being that he's not released on bond has nothing to do with it.
It does.
Not to me.
Well, it does. Look at.
Hold on. I don't think that has anything to do with it. There's a lot of people that commit crimes that their home life is not all sewn up. That's not a factor. If I'm a judge, that's not a factor. Hopefully you have family that can step in your absence. I'm more so just leaning to what's fair because I don't believe in anyone being convicted until, you know, they're proven guilty.
I forgot to look this up, you guys. But wasn't that about a year ago? The feds came to the Breakfast Club and seized some electronics and stuff like that because his friend Caesar that looked like Big Pun. Yeah, his friend Caesar's wasn't indicted. So hold on, let me look that up. Breakfast Club rated. Hold on. Oh, let's talk about 1993. Hold on. DJ Envy. Let me be more specific. Yep, that was in December 2023. So his indictment could be coming really soon. Again, DJ Envy trying to play it off like, oh, I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, y'all was flipping houses together and taking people money. So I don't know how you don't know what's going on, but I digress. But I think the reason why, like you guys said, he wants grace is because of his own situation. So he's saying that with Diddy, we need to all show grace and you're not guilty and we're already prosecuting him and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing about Diddy. We already know how he gets down, and we already know from the things that we have seen that, yeah, this makes this man guilty. We know for a fact that he does not pay his artists. We know for a fact that he wanted them to sign an NDA just to get their publishing. Mind you, the songs aren't even hot anymore, so how much publishing would they get? We know that he beat Cassie. We've seen it on the video. We know these things to be true. So whether or not all of the crimes that they're saying that he's committed are true or not, we know that there's a portion of the crimes that we can already confirm. Okay, well, yeah, that is true. We know how he is. We know his character. And character speaks a lot. Now, if this was somebody like a Taylor Swift was in this situation and she was doing freak off parties, I would probably find it hard to believe. I'd be like, nah, I don't think that's Taylor Swift. That's not how those Swifties get down. I find it hard to believe. But somebody like Diddy, I believe it. I believe it. What happened in 93? I don't know what happened in 93, but it kept showing me 93. But in 2023, December, that's when the Breakfast Club was raided. And that was in connection to that whole thing with his business partner, Caesar. So again, his indictment could be coming soon. And I feel like almost DJ Envy is foreshadowing that. So then you guys would be all like, oh, don't say that he's guilty until he's innocent until proven guilty. Try to give you that speech or whatnot. But at the end of the day, like I said, we've seen the things that Diddy has done, and we heard about rumors for years and years and years. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I just think that he's getting his karma now. It took a long time, but he's getting it now. And for us to feel sorry about his kids, I'm being honest. I don't feel sorry as far as the kids, oh, they need their dad in their life, and oh, this is sad for them. Their dad is an alleged criminal. Their dad did horrible things because at the end of the day, the victims, they have kids, they have parents who love them. So are we supposed to feel like, why are we not feeling bad for the victims? Yeah, that's sad that his kids won't have their dad in their life, but their dad was a horrible person. Their dad did some bad things and they have to pay for them. There's a lot of people who parents are in jail and they did wrong things. So should we every criminal we should just let out because they have kids? That's why I don't agree with that statement. Oh, you got to think about his kids. They no longer have their mom. And just like DJ Envy wife said, well, I'm pretty sure you can work that out. Somebody can take care of the kids. Because mind you, the two girls are the last, oh no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I forgot about Love. Love is the youngest baby, the 2-year-old. Yeah, that's who Love is. He does have a young one. But at the end of the day, he should have thought about all that before he went ahead, had kids, and did all the stuff he was doing. I mean, did he think about his children when he was allegedly committing crimes? Did he think about his kids then? No. He thought he had the power to do whatever he wanted to, but he quickly realized, you don't. He thought he could get away with what he was doing because nobody had ever checked him. He felt like he had the right connections to where he would get a get out of jail free card. I mean, he didn't go down for the stampede. He didn't go down for the murders of Biggie and Tupac. He didn't go down for the shooting in 1999. There was so much stuff that he avoided or evaded where it seemed like he was untouchable. It really did seem like he was untouchable. This is the first time Diddy has been touched. Ooh, hallelujah, hallelujah. This is the first time Diddy has been touched. 82, the boys know what's up, maybe not the girls. Exactly. We know the boys know what's up. Come on now. You can say, and thank you for the super chat. You can say, oh, I don't pay attention to the internet rumors and all this other. Yeah, you can say you don't pay attention, but at the end of the day, you're going to be curious. If there's a rumor going out there about somebody, doesn't matter if it's a family member or not, at least you heard what it was. You can't tell me, oh, I have my blinders off. I don't know what it is. So again, with DJ Envy trying to basically stick up for Diddy, like, why? Why do you care so much? Why do you care? And this isn't the first time, because I heard that he actually defended Diddy on the Breakfast Club as well, too. It doesn't surprise me that he's on the wrong side of history at all. DJ Envy is known for being a clown. Like I said, they need to keep that Lauren LaRosa chick. They need to keep her. Get rid of Just Hilarious, Charlamagne, because they trying to frame that show as some kind of having intellect, like they're intellectuals. No, they're dumbasses. And this proves with these ignorant statements that DJ Envy is making, yeah, he's a dumbass. Simple as that. And I'm sorry to be so harsh, but this is how I feel. Who got a tape on him, Renee? You saying they got a tape on him? I didn't read your whole comment. For those of you just coming in, please hit that like button, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and play the video one more time before we move on to Busta Rhymes so you guys know what we're talking
Judgment
about.
Until I hear a lot more about it, but it doesn't look good for him.
I will say this: Diddy's a freaky nigga. Like freaky. Like freaky Friday, freaky Thursday, freaky Monday, freaky Wednesday. And there's nothing wrong with being a freaky person.
There's nothing wrong with being
So the fact that he has 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube just means he just like to get shit popping. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal about that. Now, the one thing I will say that I don't like is I don't like how people, I mean, everybody's going to crack a joke. I mean, it is what it is. I don't like how people convict him before hearing all of the evidence, right? I didn't like the fact that they didn't give him a bond. And the reason is he was going to put up $50 million, his house, his mom's house. The reason I feel that is he was giving up his passports. Diddy has 3 kids without a mom, passed away. So he has 2 twins that are 17 years old that don't have their dad right now and probably won't have their dad for the next 2 years until the trial is over. I feel like he should have got a bond and been able to fight this outside while he did. Harvey Weinstein had a bond. Bill Cosby had a bond. OJ had a bond. And people could say OJ ran. He took off and they chased him and he still had a bond. Now, in this society, it feels like you're guilty and you have to prove yourself to be innocent. But it should be the other way. You should be innocent to proven guilty. Now, the stories that I'm hearing, like I said, I don't know. Hopefully soon we'll see evidence, but I do think it's sad that somebody with such a great legacy is destroyed because of the things that he did. Now, if he did do the things that they said that he did, he should go to jail for a long time. If he did, absolutely, positively, not even looking back, he should fucking go to jail. But we'll see. And the reason I asked you is because, people always ask, how does that affect? Before
I answer that question, him having 3 children that are already without a mother and potentially will be without a father if, being that he's not released on bond has nothing to do with it.
It does.
Not to me.
Well, it does. Look at.
Hold on. I don't think that has anything to do with it. There's a lot of people that commit crimes that their home life is not all sewn up. That's not a factor. If I'm a judge, that's not a factor. Hopefully you have family that can step in your absence. I'm more so just leaning to what's fair because I don't believe in anyone being convicted until, they're proven guilty.
Happy 13 months, Melanie. Yes, please hit that like button. I forgot to address the bell. I'm actually happy that I played that one more time. just like somebody said in the chat, don't forget that he intimidating. No, I did speak on that. He's intimidating witnesses. He's tampering with witnesses, trying to call them and be like, hey, I can go ahead and make this go away. I can offer you money, blah, 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 blah. And excuse me, and the most recent case was with Don Richard, right? From Danity Kane, when she filed her lawsuit, he was calling Kalina, who they were both in the group Dirty Money together, together. So yeah, he's still doing it. And the freak off didn't stop. He's still doing it. That's the problem. Everything that he was basically going down for and that people suspected him of doing, he was still doing those things into the new year. So that's what the problem was, you guys. He's still doing it. He hasn't stopped. It wasn't oh, this is a one-off thing. Now, do I think that remember we talked about Mike Jeffries, that freaky ass ninja? We talked about him. Yeah, he needs to be in jail with his freak offs that he was doing with the Abercrombie and Fitch models. He needs to be in jail. So we're not excusing that these people don't need to be in jail. It just happened that Diddy, he's still in jail, but that don't mean Diddy needs to be able to get bail so he can fight this on the out. Nah, he got lawyers. That's what you hire lawyers for. Especially his only biological, Chris King. He let you're not including Justin, okay. Well, I know they're saying that is it the Bentley or the BMW that's being repoed from Justin? They didn't pay it. It's about the repo. They owe $190K or something like that. Man, I don't know. It is crazy. And Blessing, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So we're going to get into now Busta Rhymes. This one for me, I don't think was necessarily so black and white. I feel like there's a little nuance to what he was saying, and I don't hold him. I don't think he was trying to hide anything. There's a few things that he says, and we'll go ahead and dissect it and talk about it.
Going on in the music industry and the headlines pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations, and the things that are coming forward with him?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really like to speak on the situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
And it's incredibly sensitive.
It's extremely sensitive, and I think that people don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is, because an opinion can detrimentally affect someone short-term and long-term.
So, comment on this real quick. I think initially what Busta Rhymes was addressing is a lot of the conspiracy theories when he said, yeah, I don't pay attention to it, because again, when these people are just throwing random things at the wall, just like they're saying that Liam Payne, his passing had something to do with Diddy and all this other stuff, and people just throwing those conspiracy theories out there, you're like, come on, y'all. You don't know what to believe. You honestly don't. And then, did y'all see the other day? I know some of you guys sent it, and I'm not trying to drag the people who sent it to me, but y'all deserve to get dragged, though. Have y'all heard about this whole thing? Diddy phone calls have been released from jail with his son, and he was telling them something about pizza, and then they tied it. Remember back in 2016, they said Hillary Clinton, some Pizzagate, and all those conspiracy theories. Well, they're tying it to that, and they're saying that they're moving bodies with and describing it as pizza boxes, and it was just some crazy shit. And I'm all like, y'all gotta be better than that. Y'all have to be better than that. Y'all have to look at shit and look at it for, okay, this is just entertainment. It was like two white British dudes talking about, oh yeah, Diddy talking about moving boxes of pizza, but he really talking about humans. And I was so like, y'all got to really look at the sources. Y'all really got to look at the sources, because just like Piers Morgan, and that's why I did my show, like, the white folks got to stop blaming, stop blaming Diddy for the white folks. Because at the end of the day, they are going to put everything on Diddy because they're trying to capitalize off of money as well as everybody else. Let's be truthful about it. Because, I mean, I have ads on this video. So, yeah, we're all making money. But at the end of the day, there's certain groups of people that are making a lot of money and just throwing things at the wall and hoping that they stick. Piers Morgan, those conspiracy guys, their channel is even called Conspiracy something. I forgot the name of it. I honestly don't care, but that's the channel that was talking about the pizza boxes and all that. Like, y'all got to pay attention to the sources. Like, don't take in all that information. Like, please don't. A lot of that stuff is just shit they're just throwing at the wall and hope that it sticks to make a story. And we're going to get to the whole Jamie Foxx thing. Don't worry. But let me go ahead and continue.
Just from my own learning experiences and being through, none of us are exempt from going through challenges and obstacles and trials and tribulations. Some are way more intense and extreme than others. But I think at the end of the day, as we go through these things, we learn from them, and we also got to learn how to help people get through them. And that's the angle in life that I like to approach things from, because I know if any one of us is going through challenges in general, we do want some sort of help and guidance and support to not make those mistakes again.
Have you had the chance to speak
We can't help Diddy. He's a lost cause.
to Diddy?
I spoke to him a few times before, like, it got a little out of control. But a lot of the times when people are going through things, you got to respect the space and the privacy that they need to process how they're going to deal with the things that they're going through, and I just want to see the right end result for everyone.
Now, what I'm curious about was, what did he, like, when was the time period he tried to get in contact with Diddy before everything was crazy? Like, was this, the other day? Well, not the other day, obviously. He said before everything got crazy. So was this before he went to jail? Was this before all the lawsuits? Was this before Cassie? Like, what time period did he try to talk to Diddy and, like, try to reason with him and stuff like that? I'm very curious to know what that answer is. Like, when did he try to reach out to Diddy and try to tell him about himself, or tell him what was going on, or try to help him out? Like, I want to know the time period. Like, that's what I really need. The time period into which he tried to reach out to Diddy and try to give him some advice and try to help him out. Because that speaks volume. Did you do it after everything went down? Did you do it before everything went down? Like, when did you try to help him out? I'm curious to know that. And the reason being is because either your advice did not help him, obviously. Secondly, you probably knew he was going down a dark path and going down a rabbit hole, and there was no helping him. And so you had to back away. Like, there's a lot of questions I have about that statement. There's a lot of questions about it. Like, when did you try to step in or reach out to him or help him? When? I'm very curious to hear that. Again, but that was it. They just talked about other highlights and stuff like that, but that was the end of his interview. And you can tell a lot of these celebrities are nervous about talking about Diddy. They're very nervous. They're like that, but they're going to ask them. They're going to ask them about it. Oh, you know what? Actually, it was not done. I apologize about that, because there was a part about hip hop. Hold on. I apologize. Let me bring that back up real quick.
Busta, those rings are not big enough.
They're not bling.
Let me see. What? That ain't bling?
No.
What? Every time I see you, you are rocking some serious jewelry.
Bling is shiny.
Yeah, yes, do you, sir?
Thank
like
you so
a little
much.
pop of color going on here.
Thank you.
And the serious valuables you're rocking as well. I did not know you were a fan of Venom.
personally, just being able to get on the phone, chop it up, get advice on things.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to, find the right opportunities to get into myself when it comes to film and television. It's
I wonder what's in a
incredible,
different interview,
amazing
guys.
opportunity to do a commercial with Tom Hardy for the film to promote the film.
Okay, I think it was a different. It was a different interview. I'm sorry, I don't have that one up. But in a certain interview, someone said like, "Oh, how do you feel about this Diddy and what's going on with hip hop and stuff like that?" And he was all like, "Well, I want to be clear. What's going on in hip hop and Diddy, that's not correlated together." I agree with him, and this is why I agree with him. By him saying that statement, I think what he's trying to say is like, hey, we ain't all freaky, we ain't all this, we ain't all that. Because I think what's going on now is everybody is just blanketing hip hop as demonic, and everybody's gay in hip hop. Everybody, you're hearing those things, and it's all like, yo, you can't just blanket the whole hip hop as one thing. And especially, why aren't we blanketing the pop world? Rock and roll, country music, the same amount of scandals in hip hop are the same amount of scandals that you see in all of music. So why aren't we blanketing the whole music industry, but we're just calling out hip hop because of Diddy? We're not calling out Garth Brooks. We're not calling out Ozzy Osbourne. We're not calling out Ted Nugent. Yeah, look these people up. They got history. They got going on. Who's another cheater in hip hop? Jimmy Allen. Now he black, but he black like this, not like this. So get him too. But again, like, why aren't we calling out the people in the music industry in other forms? Like, we're just talking about hip hop. So I think that's what he was more or less speaking to. Like, we're just saying, oh, this is how hip hop is. Like, this is the culture. And it's all like, yeah, there's bad things about hip hop, but we can't say that everybody is doing this or everybody's involved in this. I don't believe that. And I feel like with all these conspiracy theorists and people just throwing shit at the wall, everybody is just blanketing hip hop as they're all freaks, they're all gay, they all do these parties and all this other stuff. And it's all like, I believe to a certain extent, but I believe that it's probably the industry in a whole, but we can't blanket everybody as that. There are some good people, because at the end of the day, if we just think everybody's evil, demonic, and they're doing all this stuff, then we can't listen to music, we can't watch TV, we can't go to the movies, we can't do nothing, because if everything's demonic, then damn, we can't do shit. You know what I mean? And please hit the like button, you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right. So let's go ahead and move on from that. We're going to get into Jamie Foxx now. Ooh. Let me go ahead and play.
11 last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. It was gone for 20 days. I don't remember anything. So they told me, I'm in Atlanta, they told me, my sister and my daughter took me to the first doctor. Get the quarter 50 shot. Next doctor said, something going on up there. I won't say it on camera. I won't say it. Yeah, I don't want to say it on camera. But
so that was the video from TMZ where, Jamie Foxx a few months ago was talking about what had happened to him and how he felt after, the whole incident. He ended up in the hospital. Remember, they say he had a stroke. Then I heard an aneurysm. He still hasn't really been clear about what happened, but allegedly what they're saying now is that he did some kind of Netflix special, like a Netflix comedy special. He said something to the effect of like he had to, this is what the streets are saying, that he looked into the camera and he was serious and said he had to call the feds on Diddy, and Diddy was the cause of him going to the, poisoning him and causing him to go to the hospital. Now, I do think that could be true that he said that, but I'm going to need to watch the Netflix series, the comedy show, to know the context of it. Because was he just making a joke about Diddy, or is he saying that Diddy actually did something to him? And on top of that, would Netflix even keep that in the comedy skit if he did say that about Diddy? Because that comes with some implications. But I want to go ahead and play this because Gary with the T was the one who actually said this.
Responsible for his stroke. Now,
No, Gary, for
Jamie,
real?
they said, according to Jamie, he was
Let me
poisoned
rewind
by
it. I'm sorry.
the former Bad Boy music. Tells fans Diddy was responsible for his stroke. Now,
No, Gary, for real?
They said, according to Jamie, he was poisoned by the former Bad Boy music legend, and it wasn't just a joke. Now, according to MTL, they confirmed that when Jamie uttered those words, fans initially started laughing, but when he did, Jamie looked directly at a fan and gave him that look like, I'm not joking.
Wow.
So they say Jamie Foxx and Diddy were friends for many years, but both men had raunchy parties at their respective Los Angeles mansions. Now they say, but Diddy is no longer friends with Jamie. MTO confirmed that. They say the two men fell out a few years ago over a business deal that went bad. They say Jamie did not elaborate in the special, but why did he poison him? They said he just made the comment, gave the fans a concerned look, and continued on with the comedy show.
Oh,
allegedly.
wow.
I'm gonna put allegedly.
Is that gonna be out like that special for everyone to see, or is it already out?
I think it's gonna be for everybody to see.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. Okay. So yeah, another part to that I heard was that the reason why they had a falling out, and this is again the conspiracy theories. It's hard because what I heard was that Jamie Foxx and Diddy had a falling out because he wanted to start recording the freak offs, and Diddy was all like, "No, you can't record. Only I can record." And so they had a falling off of who was going to record the freak offs. Then when I hear that, you guys, then I go, "Oh, this is definitely fake." Because what? Now maybe Jamie and Diddy could have had a falling out because Jamie was like, "Hey, don't record me." But even with the same token, Jamie Foxx hasn't came out and said him and Diddy have any issues or that they're feuding or anything like that. And mind you, Jamie Foxx has even been accused of having these wild parties. Y'all, trust me, I know y'all seen the videos out there about people talking about, oh, Jamie Foxx be playing naked basketball and stuff like that. Y'all seen that, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard or seen those videos about him playing naked basketball at his house. Don't leave me hanging like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So since Jamie Foxx is a freak-off master, allegedly himself, I don't see him throwing Diddy under the bus. I see him staying quiet like a lot of people, like the Jay-Z's and all these other people staying quiet on it. Not saying nothing. See, y'all heard about it. Now, I will say, in Jamie Foxx's defense, remember Real, shout out to Lefty, Real, aka Lefty, when he was on my show, he said, hey, I went to a Jamie Foxx party. I had to meet at a certain location, and then they pick you up and then take you to the real location. And Jamie Foxx was, at the party. It was his party. Everything seemed fine, but then there was a room where people were getting it on and they was doing, what grown folks do. But he didn't say there was nothing like underage people or drugs around. He just said, hey, there was a room where people was getting down with the get down, and that was it. Now he didn't mention that. So I do want to say, again, he didn't mention anything illegal or anything going down that was not supposed to. I mean, people are allowed to have sex parties. They're allowed to have that. But he said he didn't partake or nothing, but he's seen in a room and stuff like that. So in Jamie Foxx's defense, we do have somebody who we know who said they went to a party. Now, I want to say this. I believe that Jamie Foxx is from that old Hollywood mindset. You don't say nothing, you don't say anything, you don't see nothing. I don't think he would be the one to really pop it off. And again, as some of you guys might remember or not, he was filming that movie with Cameron Diaz. And at the time, they were on location. I believe they were in Atlanta, right? I believe they were in Atlanta filming that movie. Like, part of it took place overseas, and then another part was filmed in Atlanta. And I think that's where he took the Advil, and then, you know, he said he needed some medicine or something like that because his head or whatever. Then boom, all of a sudden, you know, he gone. And then all of a sudden we hear 2 weeks later he out playing pickleball. Remember that? And everybody was all like, what the hell is pickleball? But, you know, I went to school in the suburbs. So, yeah, we played pickleball in the suburbs. Not too many black people know about pickleball, but a lot of y'all are learning about pickleball now. I'm happy to see that. I'm grown, and the only thing I do on my knees. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Shout out to the homie Make It Make Sense. Thank you. Mim's always coming and dropping his one-liners. But yeah, I think that he comes from that old school Hollywood where he wouldn't say anything. Now, what I'm surprised is I remember we did a video about Diddy, you know, possibly being connected to Jamie Foxx, but also Tom Cruise. Don't forget, Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx used to be friends, you guys. And then when Tom Cruise divorced Katie Holmes, Jamie Foxx started dating Katie Holmes. And you know Tom Cruise, the whole Scientology. So, I mean, if we gonna look at Diddy, you know, we got to be fair on all the color spectrums. If we gonna look at the black, we got to look at the white. If we gonna look at the black, we got to look at the white. So I'm saying, if we looking at Diddy, we need to look at Tom Cruise as well too. That's what I got to say about that. That's what I got to say about that. We literally are just going to be like, oh, well, Diddy must have did this and that. No. I think there's a multitude of different things going on. I don't think it's just one person or the other. I think that, to be fair, we gotta, if we're gonna be blaming and putting names and putting bodies on people, we gotta throw more people out there. But I do want to say this about Jamie Foxx. I think the reason why this has grown legs as far as possibly Diddy poisoning him is because of what Albie Shore has been saying. As you guys know, Albie Shore said, oh yeah, the real reason why he was in a coma was because Diddy, in 2012, he wrote that whole, I don't even know what you call it, a soliloquy maybe, but that whole paragraph about how somebody was out to get him. Mind you, he didn't put a name on it, but somebody was out to get him. He alluded to Kim was trying to run away from Diddy, but couldn't, and he told her to call the FBI. Remember, he's been throwing subliminals out there. So I think, if anything, if we're going to be honest, Albie Shore has been feeding into a lot of things going on. And here's the thing. I can't say that Diddy had nothing to do with why Albie Shore was so sick. But I need Albie Shore to start putting a name on it. And I need him to start telling what it is. What are you waiting for? Tell us what it is. I don't want to play these Blues Clues and try to figure out, like, oh, what do you mean? What are you talking? No, tell me what it is. Oh, that wasn't even on. Tell me what it is. You know, there we go. Like, I'm sorry, you guys. Like, when people playing these, oh, well, you know, I can't say too much, but is this it? In 2024, for the rest of 2024, no more riddles. No more Blues Clues. Tell us what it is. Put an amen in the chat if you agree with me. Put an amen if you agree. That's my thing. No more Blues Clues. No more riddles. Tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. Because Albie Shore been doing all this talking and ain't said nothing. We literally been having to piece stuff together. Just like he hopped on that whole trend with the book. Remember that? I still ain't forgot about that. Even though Albie Shore done filed that not lawsuit, but cease and desist for that book on Kim Porter. Don't forget, he was originally promoting that book. He was promoting White Jamal. White Jamal wrote that book, and he was promoting that book. Shout out to White Jamal. He did come on the show, and we talked and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't believe that book was real at all. He should have did a little bit more research on it. But White Jamal was a part of that whole book, and Albie Shore was promoting it. I got the screenshots. Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you. I got the screenshots. I can show the screenshots where you were helping promote that book. And then when it said you and Diddy was doing the nasty, all of a sudden, oh, that book is fake. They sabotaged the book, and Diddy was probably a part of sabotaging it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. Now you had a problem. Now you have a problem because they say you and Diddy was doing the nasty. Was y'all doing the nasty? I don't know. But you was promoting the hell out of the book before you actually knew the details of the book. Are we not out? Somebody said YouTube needs to be awakened, and I'm here to wake it up. We need to start telling some truths and not conspiracy. These conspiracies have gotten out of hand. Give me something concrete. And I know this is the gossip field and, this is what you do and stuff like that. But it has gotten to a point where, one, it's feeling like people just throwing stuff at the wall, just trying to make money. Two, people making up shit. Three, it seems like a lot of white people, aka Caucasians, making a lot of money off of black trauma. It's been messing with me mentally, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it's been messing with me mentally. Like, I've just been like, this is too much. Like, I was gonna do this whole show yesterday, and I was all like, I can't do it. I can't. Like, it's too much. It's too much. In the words of Robert Kelly, they don't see nothing wrong with a look. Liquefied organs sound painful. Yeah. And granted, the whole liver. If he was healthy, mind you, I'll be sure had a celebrity boxing match that he did before his body started shutting down. Google Translate, right? But again, I need you to be direct. I'll be sure. I need you to be direct. And back to Jamie Foxx. I need the context of how he said this or what it was said on. Like, I need more context to the way which he said it, and I need to actually see his face, because was he making a joke? A lot of people make jokes about Diddy. Now, if Diddy's supposed to be his friend and he's making jokes, that's pretty effed up. But if he's serious, for me personally, if it's not in the indictment, I'm just going to take it as somebody made it up. That's how I kind of feel about the whole Diddy stuff. If it's not in the indictment, like, I can't put a finger on it and be like, all right, this is where I've seen it. This is where I'm just going to take it as internet fodder. I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, this is just some internet stuff. I just need more concrete proof of things. Like, and let me be honest, I've been guilty of it. Like, when I heard when this all started with Diddy, I was all like, oh, this got to be true. I'm reporting on it. And now, not saying that I'm not reporting on it, I just kind of take things like, hey, you guys, take it with a grain of salt. And I'll let you guys know whether or not I believe something. If I believe it, I'll be like, oh, yep, I believe it. But if I don't feel it in my heart, I can't sell it to you guys that I believe it. And I'm not saying that I'm the moral police or anything like that, but they do call me the Godfather of YouTube. And this is no hate to anybody else. If another content creator happens to believe it or not, then that's on them. That's their thing. But for me, I can't sell y'all shit and tell you that it's chocolate. Ooh, that was deep, y'all. I just thought about that on the fly. I didn't even practice that. I'm telling you. I can't sell you shit and tell you that it's chocolate. Damn, now I'm not going to be able to eat chocolate. I would like to know when's the date of this Netflix special that Jamie Foxx is doing. I tried to look it up, but I didn't see anything about a special that he was doing for Netflix. Now, he does have a movie deals with them where he will produce and star in a few movies and so he does have a contract like that, but I didn't see anything about a comedy special, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Denitria, how we doing on the likes? Make sure you guys hit that like button, please, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me read some of your comments. I lived in Hollywood for over 25 years. Jamie live in Thousand Oaks. I don't feel bad for Baby Love. Her mother had years to read about study Diddy's. Yeah, Paige, you're right about that. Yeah. Uncle Jerry Springer have loved this Diddy cheating on Al. Wait. Oh my God. Okay, let me try to. It's unfair. Amen. Being that Diddy is already jailed, just tack on all the rest, please. Thanks. Right. Nobody calls ATD lies. But thank you, Making Makes It lies. People call me the Godfather. It's time for a new government sneak video to be released. You know what, Maggie? I have to agree with you because let's put this out there. Remember when everything kind of went quiet? Diddy was posting more. He was seen out on the bicycle with CBJ, and they were saying like, "Oh, this is a lie. That is a lie." Everybody was convinced that, oh, they're lying on Diddy. They ain't got nothing. They're trying to take a black man. Well, they're still saying that. They try to take a black man down. Blah 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 blah. They were saying all that. Remember? But then the feds allegedly leaked that video of him, going upside Cassie and dragging her, and it was like, oh yeah, he need to go to jail. So I wouldn't be surprised. If there's a October surprise, like at the end of the month, or something that happens closer to the trial, and they drop a little like, oh, y'all think he's innocent? Let me drop this real quick and, let y'all, ponder on that and let y'all say he's innocent now because we done dropped this. I do want to say I don't believe Tony Busby, that lawyer guy. I don't believe him. I think he's just filing careless lawsuits. And again, a lot of the judges, because remember, it's different judges for each one of those cases, but a lot of them are saying like, hey, you want to go by a pseudonym on a lot of these, but you didn't fill out the proper information. Why do these people need to go through a pseudonym? As far as like John Doe, Jane Doe, it's all like, okay, you're going to file all these 120 lawsuits under John Doe, Jane Doe? Nah. You need to put a name on it. I know a couple of them more recently have a name on them, but again, I feel like a lot of people are trying to capitalize and hop on a trend. And the trend that I'm talking about is just saying the most horrendous, nasty, vile things that Diddy has ever done, put it into a lawsuit, and then hope you get a settlement. That's what it desensitizes real victims. We know Diddy has done people wrong. We know he doesn't like to pay people. Oh, it's 11/11, make a wish. We know he doesn't like to pay people. We know that he's a dirty mother. But at the end of the day, when people just say careless things or they just file these lawsuits and it don't seem like there's any merit or basis to them, it desensitizes from real victims and people who are actually suffering, people who we hope actually get justice. That's my thing. I'm still on the side of the victims, you guys. I don't want y'all to think I'm anti-victims or I'm a Diddy defender. I'm just for the truth. That's how I feel. I'm just for the truth. And something like this, I feel like when we just throw just random shit at it and we're not actually doing our due diligence to make sure that it's real or legit, it's doing more harm than it. That's basically what I'm saying. Shout out to everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure I hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of my perspective on what I thought about it. Like I said, it's not something that I want to cover Diddy every day. it's traumatic, y'all. And I know it's more traumatic for the victim, but it's traumatic for me. Like, it's too much sometimes. But I love y'all. Be safe. Make sure you tell somebody that you love them. Deuces, everybody. We out.